8 o'clock Central Time, March 25. It's time for a show, am I right? Show number 58. I don't know how you're doing. Me? I'm alright. You're alright. Shall we rock this town tonight? I'm okay. You're okay. In our own peculiar way. I look good, you look good. We belong in Hollywood. I'm in tune, you're in tune. Something big's gonna happen soon. And I hope you tell me every secret you know. I'll be there right by your side wherever you go. I'm alright, you're alright. Shall we rock Facebook tonight? I'm okay, you're okay. In our own peculiar way. I look good, you look good. We belong in Hollywood. I'm in tune, you're in tune. Something big's gonna happen soon. And I'm fascinated by the things that you do. Take the moon out of the sky and give it to you. Give it to you. I'm alright, you're alright. Shall we rock this town tonight? I'm okay, you're okay. In our own peculiar way. I look good, you look good. We belong in Hollywood. I'm in tune, you're in tune. Something big's gonna happen soon. I'm alright, you're alright. Shall we rock this town tonight? I'm alright, you're alright. Shall we rock this town tonight? I'm alright, you're alright. Shall we rock this town tonight? Oh, that's right. Another virtual show, number 58. And I realize that people are on spring break trips and have a lot better things to do than watch this. But it doesn't matter, because after this week, I just want to say one thing. Well, I wear big pants because there's lots of room in them. Live in a big house made of aluminum. I read magazines with perfume in them. I got a great big love for you. That's right. Got a TV set with a real big screen on it. Don't watch anything too obscene on it. Sleep in a bed with a queen on it. I got a great big love for you. Even though your love for me is small, it's better than to have no love at all. I'm the greatest story told since Genesis, vanquished all the phantom menaces. I've been to Italy, I know where Venice is. I got a great big love for you. I got a great big love for you. Even though your love for me is small, it's better than to have no love at all. No love at all. Got some big ideas up here on my cranium. Nerves of steel and a heart of vibranium. Got a big bouquet of roses and geraniums. I got a great big love for you. 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 Had a great week last week in St. Patrick's. And this week, Mauricio is starting out the request. Mauricio down there in Texas. Because Mauricio knows that I won't get drunk anymore. I'll be straight, I'll be narrow, I'll be good and clean and sober. I'll be upright, I'll be upstanding, I'll be boring. Tonight the moon looks like a cotton ball. The window's open at the end of the hall. I hope that I find someplace soft to fall, and I won't get drunk anymore. No, I won't get drunk anymore. I said I won't get drunk anymore. No, I won't get drunk anymore. Thank you, Mauricio, but we know that's bullshit. And you know who knows that better than anyone? The woman from Durham, Maine, Ms. Sheila Finnemore. Now, this is a song I sang a few times last week. Listen. You got 100 different reasons to be angry, 100 different reasons to be sad. Sometimes I sit around and brood how everything is screwed, so I can understand why you get mad. But if you let your anger boil inside you, you're liable to explode, you know it's true. The world is gonna end, but not tonight, my friend. So here's exactly what we've got to do. Drink 1 shot of whiskey and 2 shots of whiskey. Have a little sip of cider and have a pint of beer. 3 shots of whiskey and 4 shots of whiskey, and we'll watch all our worries disappear. I estimate that in the 5 shows I did in 4 days last week, I drank about 3/4 of a bottle of Jameson. Thank you out there. Thank you out there for buying me shots. A lot of doubles. A lot of doubles. Listen. Well, you gotta shake yourselves out of your doldrums. This could be the evening of our dreams. We'll go strolling down the street, and everyone we meet will be a character from 50 Shades of Green. So if you please, I think I'll have a cold one. And maybe you should have a cold one too. The world is gonna end, but not tonight, my friend. So here's exactly what we've got to do. Drink 1 shot of whiskey and 2 shots of whiskey. Have a little sip of cider and have a pint of beer. 3 shots of whiskey and 4 shots of whiskey, and we'll watch all our worries disappear. I don't think Sheila's done drinking. I don't. So drink 5 shots of whiskey and 6 shots of whiskey. Have a little sip of cider and have a pint of beer. 7 shots of whiskey and 8 shots of whiskey, and we'll watch all our worries disappear. Oh. Is anyone done drinking? No. We can go on. Drink 9 shots of whiskey and shots of whiskey. Have a little sip of cider and have a pint of beer. 11 shots of whiskey and shots of whiskey, and we'll watch all our worries disappear. Oh. and welcome to my show. In fact, I'm going to have a little sip of a hip replacement right now. Oh, it's over here. It's over here. The drinking word for tonight is, are we having a drinking word tonight? Let's, well, think of one. Yeah, gasoline, ladies and gentlemen. Here's to you. Thank you. And same old staff. One member of the staff is missing because she's celebrating her birthday. But Pipe Jim does the sound. Pipe Jim, show your face. Right there. He doesn't have a cane or anything. He's on camera. Kevin, let's hear for Kevin on camera. Show your face. He be jamming tonight. He be jamming. And with another new knee. A man with 2 bionic knees. Right now, here he comes. Here he comes. It's taking him a while. Don't fall over. Mr. Brian Murphy for the first time. He's out for the first time in weeks. Celebrating his new knee. Ah, Brian, you're looking good. Brian Murphy, looking good. You know who else I bet looks really good? I don't know this for a fact because I've never seen a picture of this guy. Out there in San Francisco, my favorite MD, Eric Brock, who decided he wanted to hear a little song that goes, I like men, I like women, I like sinking, I like swimming, I like dogs and I like cats, I like cows in cowboy hats. I like knives and forks and spoons. I like whistling happy tunes. I like to come, but not too soon. However, most of the time it's unavoidable, and that's when you hear me say it's just because you're so damn hot, babe. Look out, Michael Bublé. I like everything. And Eric, I like milk, I like cookies. Adam 12 and the rookies. I like peaches, I like cream. I like field and I like stream. I like diamonds, clubs, and hearts. I like to order a la carte. Gee, I like your private parts. 'Cause I like everything. You could never get me down. That will never happen. I will never be depressed when my step is light and my toes are tapping. So, I like Veronica, I like Betty, I like meatballs and spaghetti, I like God and I like Buddha, I like cheddar brie and Gouda. I love cheese. I like Beatles, Stones, and Doors. I like to shop at hardware stores, and I'd like to do you on a cheese-covered floor. 'Cause I like everything. Help me out. I like men. I like sinking. I like dogs and I like cows in. That's a lie. I don't really like cats that much. Yeah. I like cows in cowboy hats. I like Field and I like Don. Happy days, the wrath of Khan. Won't you put these handcuffs on? I like everything. I like water, I like wine. I like to think that love is blind and I masturbate with you in mind. I like everything. I got monkey paws in stock. I know a dude who really rocks. He's out in San Francisco. He's named Eric Brock. And I like everything. Wow! Thank you, Eric. Mark and Peggy Kunkel are in Milwaukee tonight. And they asked me if I could help them relive their days at the Celebrity Club on the East Side. Now, most of you are way too young to remember the Celebrity Club on the East Side. But Mark and Peggy Kunkel want me to sing a little song that goes... Because they remember Wednesday nights at the Celebrity Club when there'd be 100 people packed into this tiny club like sardines, and all of them were singing. Now, there are 5 or 6 people in my living room right now, and I'm wondering if I could get them to sing. Doot, doot, doot. What? Doot, doot, doot. Again. Yeah, Mark and Peggy Kunkel, you know it. I've got love in my heart, anger in my pants, doubt in my mind, and lust in my hands. Love in my heart gets stronger every day. Pearls on my lips, that's every word I say. I got love in my heart, love in my heart, love in my heart for you. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. Harmony one. Doot, doot, doot. Oh, beautiful. Well, I've got love in my heart, voices in my head, eyes on my back, policemen in my bed. Love in my heart gets stronger every day. Diamonds on my tongue, that's every word I say. I got love in my heart, love in my heart, love in my heart for you. I've got love in my heart for you. Oh. You know, these 6 people in this living room are making a mighty noise right now. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. Listen. I've got love in my heart, 57 kinds. Been in love before, 57 times. Love in my heart gets stronger every day. Flowers in my mouth, that's every word I say. I got love in my heart, love in my heart, love in my heart for you. How about in Germany? Ich liebe, liebt in mein Herz, liebt in mein Herz, liebt in mein Herz für dich. We're in France. Amor in ma corps, amor in ma corps, amor in ma corps pour vous. Oh, wait. Tango, amor in mi corazón, amor in mi corazón, amor in mi corazón para ti. Now, don't email and say how those translations were completely wrong. I don't do it. I'm just saying, I've got love in my heart for you. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. How beautiful was that, ladies and gentlemen? How beautiful was that in the living room right now? Listen, Mr. Mike Conlon is ready for the next spike. Mike, along with your donation last week, you mentioned this song. A month ago, you mentioned this song. So I'm doing it for you tonight, Mike Conlon. There is no polio anymore. Science. Who shoved smallpox out the door? Science. But when diseases come your way, you get down on your knees and pray. My reliance is on science. And your opinion's not a fact, like science. In the end, it all comes back to science. Maybe you believe in ghosts and in random Facebook posts. I'm in compliance with science. Science gathers up the evidence and makes a learned conclusion. You try to squeeze the facts to fit some foregone conclusion. Instead of years of research, experiment and study, you just believe in something you heard someone tell somebody. But you're not living in a cave, science. Each advance mankind has made, science. So I really wonder why you continue to deny. Do you really want to die in defiance of science? In defiance of science. You're in defiance of science. Thank you very much. Thank you. Birthdays. That's the drinking word tonight. Birthdays. Because there's a lot of birthdays in March. Why? Because people's parents do it in summer. There we go. Never thought of it that way, Murph. You dirty old man. I have a new single. I'll announce it right now. I have a brand new single. It's available on Spotify and Amazon. We haven't found it on Apple yet, but it'll be up there. Featuring Miss Kimmy Younger on violin. My last single was such a departure from my usual style. I was sort of, intimate. This one is cheerful and happy and bouncy. It's happy, peppy, and bursting with love. I'd like to play my new single for you right now. It goes, what a day it's been. I'm lucky I'm not dead. Everyone's aware it's terrible out there. I should have stayed in bed. I should have stayed at home. I went to work instead, knowing it would be living hell for me. I should have stayed in bed. I should have stayed in bed with you like I was inclined to do. Tomorrow just remind me to stay home. Ringing in my ears, pounding in my head, bite marks on my neck, but what did I expect? I should have stayed in bed. Should have stayed in bed with you like I was inclined to do. Tomorrow just remind me to stay home. Tomorrow just remind me to stay home. I was in the pink, but now I'm seeing red. What possessed me to spend a day away from you? I should have stayed in bed. Oh yeah, I was in the pink, but now I'm seeing red. What possessed me to spend a day away from you? I should have stayed in bed. What possessed me to spend a day away from you? I should have stayed in bed. In should have stayed in bed. New single, listen to it today or after the show, download it. Every time you stream that single, I get at least 0.06 cents, sometimes more. And you are responsible for making me a wealthy man. Look. In fact, I do want to say one thing though. We knew that restaurants, bars, we're having a tough time the last couple of years, so we did not raise our prices at all for any of the shows this summer, and we got a bunch of them. However, we did not count on gas doubling in price. So I just want to show you I've never had one of these before. We have a tip jar now at my live shows, but we got a cool one. Let's look at this. The thing is, even though it's old and Pipe Jim soaked it for hours, the money still smells like the back of Fleet Farm, or old guy's garage. I think this is very cool. And you can virtually tip me right now too. You can imagine Venmo's going right in there. Oh, look at the PayPal just went in there. Oh my God, look at that. But help me pay for gas this summer, because then I'll be able to go to Summerfest on July 1st, 4 p.m. the Briggs and Stratton stage. I'll be playing some church festivals. Are you kidding, Pat? I'm not going to be able to get out to Boston, which is a shame. So Boston will probably have to come to me. I'm talking about you, Paul Jones and Jamie. Oh, you're not coming right now. You're not coming right now, but I'm doing your song, and this is a song I have not played since at least pre-2000. When I get tired of drinking coffee with my new intellectual friends, when I get tired of standing upright, I'll crawl back to you again. I'll crawl back to you again. And when I'm tired of all the endless parties, when I'm tired of all the perfect tens, when I'm tired of all the self-delusion, I'll crawl back to you again. I'll crawl back to you again. 'Cause I've already started to conveniently forget what's true. I'm thinking up a new excuse or two to try out on you. Because eventually the smoke will clear and eventually our wounds will mend. Eventually your heart will melt and I'll crawl back to you again. I'll crawl back to you again. Guitar part. I've already started to conveniently forget the truth. I'm thinking up a new excuse or two to try out on you. Because eventually the smoke will clear and eventually our wounds will mend. Eventually your heart will melt and I'll crawl back to you again. I'll crawl back to you again. I'll crawl back to you again. Feel better, Paul. Feel better, Jamie. You know, speaking of tipping, speaking of donations, a lot of you were very generous last month, and I'd like to right now thank, well, Jared Finger. That's a name we've heard a lot of times. Thank you, Jared. Heather Colavos says, hello, Slick Nick in Mount Vernon. Taffy Anderson. I saw Taffy Anderson a couple weeks ago. She's looking good. Stephen Elias, relative of Dan Elias. Laura Hall Daniels, thank you very much for the donation. Dak Ragus, another name we've heard a lot. Shayna Shalou. Ran into Shayna Shalou in Green Bay. Hello, Shayna. Steve Brewer. Oh, my God. Steve Brewer, an old friend of mine, an old friend of Beth, Mistress of Alcohols. Steve Brewer, a bigger Rush fan than Kevin Hansen. Yeah, he is. He is. Tom Sawyer. Dan Elias, we talked about his brother. Now let's talk about Dan and Lisa. Thank you so much. April out in Las Vegas has to work for Incubus tonight. She's working an Incubus show tonight. April Spurk. Angela Van Ginkel, another name. Oh, Marshall Roth and Carolyn Rosewall. They're homebound with a baby. They got a baby. Matt Whistler says hello to the Bosmans in Huntley. I don't know where any of this is, but Matt Whistler, hello Bosmans from me. Josh and Jenny in Kenosha. Jen and Doug in San Diego. How about Michael Falk? Michael Falk, you are so inspirational to me because I played your ukulele. I bought my own ukulele, much like yours, and it's so much more fun to play. In fact, I'll be playing it later on. And Joe Meyer, thank you. Carly Sweer, Carly, dog walking buddy. Gareth Olson, I love that name, Gareth. Hello, Gareth, and thank you. Listen to this. This is a last name longer than Pipe Jim's. Peter Riemenschneider. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Beats him by 1. Kevin, you ready? Stevens Patrick, thank you for the donation. Andrew Bakuber, Lori Murphy, no relation to Diane or Brian or Eddie or any of the famous Murphys out there. Julian Mark Degner from Chicago, Illinois. Haven't heard from you in a while. Thank you very much, Julian Mark. Lindsay Beasy, always a pleasure. I think I'm gonna be playing at Bare Bones. That's near you. Donna Moss, no relation to Randy, famed and troubled wide receiver. Jonas and Kim Peterson, thank you very much. I don't know who I like better, Kim or Jonas. I met Kim, so Jonas, forget it, you're second. Jim Collins, no relation to the man who invented the gin cocktail, Tom. John Acerbi, thank you. And this is an interesting one. Lorenzo Lebasi from Lipa, Italy, wants to say hello to Michelle Kabasinski. Thank you for donating, everybody. I'm taking them tonight, too. Anything I can get. But I would like to say a quick shout out to the 10 people who were at my show last night in Muskego, because they were a great 10 people. And that's you, Susan Brungraber, and your friend from Elkhorn. Forget, was it Lisa? Oh, damn, I don't know. Thank you, Pam and family. Kim and Lee Schmidt were on their way to Cancun, so they thought they'd stop in Milwaukee and spend an extra night and watch me play. And of course, Brendan, the bartender. We drank some interesting new shots. It was Goldschlager on the bottom, Jägermeister in the middle, and Jameson on top. Yeah, it was disgusting. We had 2 of them, though. You should have guzzled them out of the gas tank. But you know who I'm really thinking about this week, and they're out in California right now. Joe and Melissa. Melissa, if you are watching right now, I think Joe made sure his streaming works. Joe asked me to sing this song and direct it to you. So right now, I am channeling Joe Hip. It's not Pat McCurdy singing to you, Melissa. It's your husband, Joe. I love your hair. I love your skin. If you had one, I'd love your twin. You can't believe how much I love you. Why don't we have some stand-ins for Joe Hip right now? Kevin Hansen, come up and pretend you're Joe Hip. And you sing the second chorus to Melissa, all right? Joe Hip, you jealous? I love the ground you walk upon, the telephone you talk upon. You can't believe how much I love you. Oh, let's hear for Kevin Hansen as Joe Hip. You can't believe it, but it's true. I love your parents, 'cause they had you. I love your grandparents for having them. I could go on and on and on again. I'm gonna ask somebody to do something they have never done before. Ladies and gentlemen, this has never happened, but this is for Melissa. It's not for me. This is another stand-in for Joe Hip. Pipe Jim, get up here and sing a bit. This has never happened in the history of this show. For the first time in 34 years.
I'll do it for her.
Each letter of your name, each vowel and consonant the same.
You can't believe how much I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the William Shatner reading. Melissa, I hope you appreciated that. And you know, this next one's going to take a lot of effort. Because this guy it's going to take him about 10 years to walk up to that microphone. But he's got his cane. He just has to watch out for the edge of that carpet, Granddad. You are now, this is the guy this guy is Strasberg Stanislavski. This is a method actor who has portrayed many parts in his career. Brian Murphy as Joe Hip. Are you ready? I love your elbows and your knees. Love your idiosyncrasies. Come on!
You can't believe how much I love you.
That would be Joe Hip with a lot of vibrato in his voice. Okay, everybody, we're singing for Melissa Hip right now. Everybody in this room, and it just grew by 4 people. Yeah, 4. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. You can't. Oh, no, no, no. Again. You can't believe. Sing it. Oh, Melissa, we've been thinking about you all week. You can't believe how much I love you. Let's hear for all the actors tonight. Let's hear for them. How beautiful was that? Now, the subject of the person this song got dedicated to is right now having a birthday dinner at Corpor's 5 o'clock Steakhouse. So, Nurse Becky, you will be watching this maybe tomorrow. Cheddar, our friend Cheddar. I don't know if he thinks you're clumsy. I don't know if he just thinks that exciting things happen to you wherever you go. Because that's the truth. Nurse Becky, happy birthday. From Cheddar. She's the Hindenburg, the Titanic, Mount St. Helens, and the bank panic. She's my disaster girl. In San Francisco, she's the fault line. On the Poseidon, she's Ernest Borgnine. My disaster girl. Everywhere she goes, everything goes wrong. I could keep her out of trouble, but I don't know for how long. Ooh, she's in the New Testament and the Old One. She's 2 world wars plus the cold one. My disaster girl. Everywhere she goes, everything goes wrong. I could keep her out of trouble, but I don't know for how long. Ooh, she's the Chicago Fire, Hurricane Camille, the first footstep on the first banana peel. She's my disaster girl. She's my disaster girl. She's my disaster girl. She's a disaster, eating a relish tray. She's a disaster, my disaster girl. Happy birthday, Nurse Becky. We love you. Oh my God, Zach Patton. Zach, you must know by now, but here are some things no woman wants to hear. Some strange guy say to her when she's sitting at a bar. I said, here are some things a woman never wants to hear. Some strange guy say to her when she's sitting at a bar. Got it? Here are some things a woman never wants to hear. Some strange guys say to her when she's sitting at a bar. Are you as good in bed as your mother? Do you think that you could lend me $50? 'Cause I just lost my job at the Quick Trip, and my opioid supply is running out, running out. Yes, my opioid supply. I hope you didn't get too wasted. Good. Because you're singing in a few songs. Yeah. Yeah. Kimmy's sitting at a bar right now. You think she wants some big lug to walk up to her like Murph size? You think she wants some big lug to hobble up to her at the bar and say, are you as good in bed as your sister? Pay no attention to the blisters. I just got a shot of penicillin. So baby, you don't have to worry about a thing, about a thing. Baby, you don't have to worry about a thing. And could you hide my guns for a while? I can't afford to violate probation. I've been in and out of prison, and I'll kill anyone who tries to take me back. Take me back, take me back. I'll kill anyone who tries to take me back. Oh, baby. Oh, Kimmy. Oh, that's your name? Kimmy? Don't get up. Listen to me, baby. Are you as good in bed as your brother? And if you're buying out your love another, then maybe we could go back to my trailer that was featured on an episode of Cops, It was featured on an episode of Cops. 1, 2, 3, 4. La 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 da da da. La 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 da da da. Oh baby, let's go back to my trailer. It was featured on an episode of Cops, It was featured on an episode of Zach Patton, thank you. Tim Griffin lives in Asheville, North Carolina. I have been to Asheville, North Carolina. I know what people are like there. This song could apply to some of the drivers in Asheville, North Carolina. Tim Griffin would like me to sing this song for Sue, his wife, who recently got a new hip. Dedicated to the new hip and Joe hip. And for some reason, I think that Tim thought I have a hip replacement. I don't. Any bionic parts in this group are inside Brian Murphy. Tim, I'm going to sing this song for Sue, and everyone's going to sing the chorus. Are you guys ready? Man, this sounds good, doesn't it? It does? What's the first line of this song? They all know it. There was a test going on in this living room. Don't honk your horn at me. Get upset or angry. Don't stick your finger out. No need to shout. Why don't you pass me by? I see no reason why we can't share this road and still be friends. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it's a curse. How's that, Tim Griffin? you're singing along. I'm walking backwards too, so I can only see what's going on behind and not in front of me. I know where I have been, I know what I have done. Try walking backwards too, like everyone. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse, but rear it, look out for my rear it. Look out, you pedestrians. Sometimes I lose control. I always drive in reverse. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? I drove all night. Maybe you can drive my car. No matter where I walk, no matter where I drive, the place I want to be, I never do arrive. Go on and pass me by. I see no reason why we can't share this road and still be friends. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. Sing! Thank you. You may get that faster, you may get that first, but I always drive in reverse. I always drive in reverse. I always drive, you always drive, we always drive in reverse. We always drive in reverse. Extra ending for Sue Griffin. Yes. I gotta have a drink before this next song. Let's have another toast. Birthday is the drinking word. Whose birthday was this week? The mistress of alcohol finally showed up. Why don't you just come up and show your face and tip your glass? The mistress of tire changing. And the last time we were at that restaurant, we had a flat tire. Look whose birthday it is. Look at her. 30 years old. The big 3-0. I am.
Oh, by the way, the restaurant became extremely Italian.
There's a priest at the restaurant. Oh, Father. Hey, Father. Father, can you help out an old altar boy?
And then we were talking about a TV show, with Renee Zellweger, and I was thinking, Father.
Renee Zellweger fan. Oh, my God. I wonder if the priest at the restaurant was a big Sopranos fan. Probably not. Ladies and gentlemen, birthday girl, mistress of alcohol. Thank you. You know, and I don't mean to make any judgments right now. I do mean to make judgments a lot of the time. If you are pro-Putin, you're fucked. Oh, that might get me thrown off this channel. But here's the thing, and there are plenty of pro-Putin people out there. I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't know about you, and I don't know if you're religious or not religious, and I grew up not religious very much. Clergy creeps me out. Does anyone here see a nun? You don't see them very often anymore, but in the whole penguin costume. Anybody ever see a nun and go, ooh, I'm kind of creeped out? Anybody? Is that just me? Oh, okay. You get a lot of nuns spanking you, huh, Kate? Oh, there you go. No, I don't mean the penguin in Batman. Riddle me this. The reason I need a drink is because Billy Berger requests songs that are way too hard. Billy Berger requests songs that are way too old. And Billy Berger requests songs that I have not played for 25 years. Watch this. This song has one of the greatest opening lines of any song I ever wrote. Well, you can take my head and use it for a bowling ball. You can take my arms and legs if you need to walk or crawl. You can have my finger to stir your drink. You can have my brain if you need to think. And you can put my body in the basement in a deep, dark hole. You can give me a great big kiss and suck out my soul. You can mold me like a piece of clay, keep me on call both night and day. 'Cause I'm yours, baby, barely yours, baby. I'm yours, baby, totally yours. And you can steal that song I wrote that's called Sex and Beer. And if you need any bodily fluids, I will volunteer. You can have my blood, every drop. You can use me till you use me up. 'Cause I'm yours, baby, totally yours, baby. I'm yours, baby, totally yours. I'm yours, baby, totally yours, baby. I'm yours, baby, totally yours. And I would dress up like a sailor and pretend I'm gonna pick you up. I would dress up like a robber and pretend I'm gonna stick you up. Thank you, Billy. I would dress up as a yogi and meditate on you. I would dress up like a doctor and I'll operate on you. 'Cause I'm yours, baby, totally yours, baby. I'm yours, baby, totally yours. I'm yours, baby, totally yours, baby. I'm yours, baby, totally yours. Now would you be mine? Would you be mine? 'Cause I'm yours, baby, totally yours. Wow. Something historic is about to happen. I'm playing 2 songs about penises in a row. Now listen. The first song I'm going to sing, I stopped singing because I wrote a different song about penises. But Derek Mosier remembers the first song about penises. So I've never put these songs together because they're quite similar. But I'm doing it tonight. Are you ready? 'Cause I don't want to run the risk of offending you. I'm a gentleman, at least I'm pretending to be real civilized, polite, and appealing. I just need to find a more delicate way to tell you how I'm feeling. My little soldier is standing at attention. My little cowboy saying yippee-o-ki-yay. My little pirate is walking down the gangplank. My little sailor says anchors away. My little clown is about to do some juggling. My little shortstop is stepping up to the plate. My little pasta is the opposite of al dente. And my Alexander is great. The Eiffel Tower no longer stands in Paris. And the Colossus of Rhodes ain't there no more. Baby, I can prove that the Great Pyramid is moved because I'm feeling things I never felt before. I'm a policeman, so look out for my nightstick. I'm a conductor, I'm waving my baton. I'm a plumber, do you have a leaky faucet? I do the pole vault in the decathlon. My little soldier is standing at attention. My little Jack has jumped out of the box. My little key is looking for your keyhole. And I'll be there if opportunity knocks. My little soldier is standing at attention. My little soldier is standing at attention. My little soldier is standing at attention. And baby, that's the way I feel. Song number 2 about penises. Well, this one's about vaginas as well. Ethan Brodsky, my favorite leprechaun, sent me a donation last show and asked that I would play this one. I've been swimming in a pool of goldfish, pretending they're piranha. Sleeping with a girl named Katie, pretending her name is Donna. Would you like to know what I'm doing to this shack out in the woods? I can't tell you, but it's something feels so good. I'm choking the gopher, I'm slamming the ham, I'm pounding the rocket, flogging the dolphin. Oh yes I am. I'm choking the gopher, I'm chalking the cue, I'm spanking the monkey, and I'm thinking about you. Saw Ethan over the weekend, St. Patrick's Day. Dude looks like a giant leprechaun. Made me think of the movie Leprechaun 1 with a young Jennifer Aniston. Anybody see that? Yeah. But me, I'm not watching movies. I'm working in a coal mine, pretending I'm digging up diamonds, hanging around bars and nightclubs, pretending I'm social climbing. Would you like to know what I'm doing to the wee hours of the night? I can't tell you, but it's something feels so right. I'm choking the gopher, I'm slamming the ham, I'm taming the lion, slaying the dragon. Oh yes I am. I'm choking the gopher, I'm chalking the cue, I'm spanking the monkey, and I'm thinking about you.
Juicing the mango, I'm flipping the switch, I'm orbiting Venus, and I don't need a penis to be one sexed up bitch. I'm gilding the lily, I'm taming the shrew, I'm saucing the taco, and I'm not thinking about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kimmy Younger. Let's hear it for Kimmy Hansen. I'm so sorry. On her checks, it still says Kimmy Younger. But listen, I know who Kimmy's thinking about. Not her husband, who's standing a mere 3 feet from me. She's thinking about that priest at the Italian restaurant there just there. But perhaps you could do the regular words and tell them exactly how you feel right now. Hit it.
I'm buffing the muffin, I'm petting the cat, I'm driving Miss Daisy, and I'm thinking about Pat.
Kimmy, can I try this new part out on you? Listen,
Please do.
it's a new part.
I like your parts, Pat.
Listen to this. She's tipping her velvet, she's buzzing her bee, she's listening to the Scissor Sisters, and she's thinking about me. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimmy Hansen, let's hear for her right now. Come on. I'm smacking the cracker, I'm attacking Peru, I'm choking the gopher, and I'm thinking about you. I'm choking the gopher, thinking about Kevin too. I'm choking the gopher, and I'm thinking about you. Yeah. one more time. Give me hands. How beautiful was that? We're gonna have to get her back up here before the show's done. Am I right or am I right? There's gonna be some sort of grand finale tonight. I don't know what it is yet because we didn't plan it out. What we did plan out was this next part of the show. This is gonna be like the Mandrell sisters. Well, you're too young for that. I'm gonna start out on this. Michael Falk, take a look. Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it, Michael? Thank you, Michael, for inspiring me to buy my own bigger ukulele. Now my ukulele is as big as yours. But you know, Michael Finley was the guy I wrote this song for about, I don't know, a year ago. I don't know when it was. It must have been about a year ago. And we're going to play this tonight, and then Kevin's going to learn it, and then we're going to have dual ukuleles again. It's going to be great. Because this one starts out like this. I woke up this morning in paradise, far from winter's gloom. Yes, I woke up this morning in paradise, and on the table in my hotel room, there were 2 empty bottles of tequila. How they got here, I don't know. I'm on a 14-day vacation here in Mexico. I'm basking in the warmth of the sunshine and watching the palm trees sway. There's 2 empty bottles of tequila, and it's only my first day. I don't remember much about last night, but my head's still sore. I gave a couple shots of tequila, and it's adios, senor. So I bask in the warmth of the sunshine and party neath the Mexican moon. I got 2 empty bottles of tequila. There's probably 3 in Michael Finley's room. There are 2 empty bottles of tequila. There's probably 3 empty bottles of tequila in Michael Finley's room. I am getting to be one kick-ass uke player, am I right? But wait, we're not done switching instruments. Kevin, ever handsome, Kevin Handsome, come on. Now, it's the Marty Stewart Show. Kevin, shall we play a love song for Nancy and Bruce Shower? Yes. Let's do it. I don't want $1 million. I don't even want to. I'm content without a cent, 'cause all I want is you. I don't want a stately mansion with an ocean view. I hang my hat in any old shack, 'cause all I want is you. I hang my hat in any old shack, 'cause all I want is you. All I want is you to hold me tight. All I want is you night after night. I don't want a Lamborghini or even a Subaru. I'll walk 100 miles to see you smile, 'cause all I want is you. I'll walk 100 miles to see you smile, 'cause all I want is you. Ooh. All I want is you forevermore. All I want is it to be like ripe old age will do. But before I go, you should know all I want is you. Before I go, you should know all I want is, all I want is, all I want is you. All I want is you. Gary Peterson says, happy birthday, Ann. Mandolin nude party. I'm nude, you're nude. We're gonna have a nude party. I'm nude, you're nude. We're gonna have a nude party. Let's have a nude party. Mom's nude, Dad's nude. They're playing bridge with their nude neighbors. Grandma's nude, Grandpa's nude. They're eating whipped cream, Pop Rocks, and Lifesavers. And they're gonna have a nude party. My baby looks so cute in her birthday suit. Dance till dawn with nothing on. We're gonna have a nude party. Oh, wait. Tom's nude, Dick's nude, and both of them are very hairy. George is nude, Murph's nude, and both of them are kind of scary. They'll have a living room nude party. My baby looks so pretty. She's the queen of the naked city. We'll dance till dawn with nothing on. We're gonna have a nude party. I call you babe, you call me dude. What kind of party is it? I call you babe, you call me dude. What kind of party is it? I'm nude, you're nude. We're gonna have a nude party. I'm nude, you're nude. Have a nude party. I'm nude, you're nude. We're gonna have a nude party. Ever handsome Kevin Hansen, nude party mandolin. Ah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's that guy's name? Eddie Stubbs. Thank you. Eddie, whatever. Yeah, the announcer. Oh my God, that took a lot of energy right there. That we were rocking so hard right there. Yeah, it was. March birthdays. There's a million of them. Not just the Mistress of Alcohol, or Nurse Becky, or Ann Peterson. There's a lot of birthdays, including Scarlett O'Malley down there in Australia. Reed Breitenfeld. Reed Breitenfeld. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He only has 12 letters in his name. Boris Bowden, my favorite power popper. Happy birthday, Boris. Matt Schreier, the owner of the Looking Glass in Janesville, where I had a triumphant St. Pat's show last week. No, his kid was. Susan Popovics of Tom and Susan in Chicago. Happy birthday, Susan. Wasn't it just like 3 years ago that we played your 25th birthday? Yeah, in the storefront. Let's hear for Susan and Tom. Kim Eng Carroll. Thank you and happy birthday to you. Now, closer to home. My sister-in-law, Angela, happy birthday. My mother-in-law, Kathy, happy birthday. My sister Liz, happy birthday. And what else? Who else is having? Oh, let's get her up here and show her off. Let's hear it for my baby sister Julia. Get up here. She got all the looks in the family. It's crazy. Let's hear for my sister Julia. It was her birthday this month. She got everything, damn it. I remember. Oh, he's coming. I remember when Julia was born, and we all said, damn it, another one. There's 1 million of them in our house. Tons of kids. But you know, holidays were such a joy in the McCurdy family. I don't know if you remember, Julia, on St. Patrick's Day Eve on March 16th, and we'd hang green stockings on the mantle. We'd wake up the next morning, they'd be filled with Jameson and cigarettes. Christmas was crazy. We had 2 trees, and inevitably once a year, the cat would knock over one of the trees. But Easter, oh my God, Easter. We'd go to Mass and spend like 5-6 hours there. The Lord has risen. I just lisped. The Lord hath risen. The Lord is writhing. You know, I think, you know who else is a little bit, that celebrates the big holidays? It's in another birthday, another March birthday, is Paul Hansen. Hello, Paul, from right here in Whitefish Bay. I believe he's a Dr. Paul as well. Dr. Paul, hope you're meeting Dr. Eric. But Karen Reiner thought I should play this Easter song today. And you know, Gary Peterson, for his wife Ann, thought I should play an Easter song. People don't have good enough senses of humor for me to play this in bars anymore. He's dressed in white, he's always clean. He's my main man from the Nazarene. That's Jesus. He's making a list, and he's checking it twice. Don't let Jesus break your dishes, heaping on those loaves and fishes. That's Jesus. And you guys sing. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Jesus at a party has a real good time. Changes water into Boone's Farm wine. Jesus, sing it! He's the guy who played Crockett on Miami Vice. I've gotten so much shit for this song through the years. But when it's Easter, I've got to play it. And I got to play it for Karen and Paul and for Gary and Ann. But I'm going to do some of the song. This song is a song a guy taught me in Illinois. He actually heard this song sung in a church. Yeah, he actually heard this song in a church. It's sort of a parody song. It goes, 5'9", eyes that shine, born and raised in Palestine. Has anybody seen my Lord? Heals the sick, raises the dead, does neat things with fish and bread. Has anybody seen my Lord? So if you run into a little Jew dressed up in a sheet, he's real weird, he's got a beard, just take a look at his hands and feet. 5'9", he's divine, changes water into wine. Has anybody seen my Lord? He's our Messiah. Has anybody seen my Lord? We call him Savior. Has anybody seen my Lord? Yeah, somebody sung that in church. Oh my God, Joe Hip's birthday is in March too? Joe, how come you didn't tell me? You and all these people? Hey, Joe, you're in California right now, and I'm going to sing a little parody song I wrote for our Lord, too. There was a guy, the Son of God, and Jesus was his name. Oh, J-E-S-U-S, J-E-S-U-S, and Jesus was his name. Oh. They're not singing this in church. Let's do a clap one. Let's do a clap one. There was a guy, the Son of God, and Jesus was his name. Oh, E-S-U-S, 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 and Jesus was his... People had such good senses of humor back then. Listen to what I used to sing. Let's do all the letters clap. There was a guy, the Son of God, and Jesus was his name. Oh. And Jesus was a lame-o. I sang that a few times. I just did it. But listen, read the Bible, and you'll learn that Noah begat Ham, Ham begat Shem, who begat my friend from Bethlehem. And Jesus, sing it! When he wants to pick up chicks, he puts on a little Old Spice by Manon. Joseph said to Mary, say what? That conception was immaculate. Jesus, everybody. He's making a list and he's checking it twice. Happy Easter, everybody. I don't even know when Easter is. It's on a Sunday, one of these Sundays coming up. Listen, we've done a lot of birthday wishes tonight, but for the last birthday wish, I would like to do one for Corey Melcars of Clark Graphics on the east side of Milwaukee, who made my International Fun Fest sign, and I'm going to need a new one. I haven't figured out what I'm going to call the show. But Corey, this is our grand finale. Kevin, get back up here. Murph, hobble your way back up to the microphone. Diane, hobble. No. Kimmy, hobble. No, you don't have to hobble. Come up and sing. Come on. It's a grand finale. All right. Corey, going to G. Every dream I have is broken. Every bubble has been burst. Every ray of hope is faded. And things can't get much worse. But this time, next year, I'll go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. This time, next year, I'll go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. Back to G. Oh, well, the rain came down in buckets for 39 days and nights. The next day the sun was shining. I guess we'll be all right. But this time, next year, I go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. This time, next year, I go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. Oh, look out! I've got to clear away the cobwebs that completely cover me. Find a brand new way of living and a change of scenery. But this time, next year, I'll go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. This time, next year, I'll go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. This time, next year, I go down to the ocean, jump in, and I'll float away. Jump in, I'll float away. I'm on a float away. Thank you for watching tonight. Happy birthday to everybody. This world is so screwed up right now. But everybody get up right now. You can sit down, you stay here. Let's get some dancers up here. Come on. St. Paul in his letter to the Ephesians said it came to me upon a midnight glare. He said, I finished writing all of my gospel. Come on, birthday mistress. Now all I seem to want is sex and beer. Mark Antony looked down on Caesar's body. He said, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. I did not come here to praise Caesar. I came here for sex and beer. Sex and beer. Sex and beer are the two things we hold dear. Sex and beer. Sex and beer are the things we like around here. Who's missing? Who's missing? Chicken. George Washington, he never crossed the Delaware. You're not running for office or anything. George Washington, he never crossed the Delaware. There was no midnight ride for Paul Revere. Ben Franklin never discovered electricity. He was too busy looking for sex and beer. Sex and beer. Sex and beer are the two things we hold dear. Sex and beer. Sex and beer are the things we like around here. Now from the city to the suburbs to the country, from the southern to the northern hemisphere, they're holding a tremendous referendum, and everybody's choosing. Damn right, sex and beer. Sex and beer are the two things we hold dear. Sex and beer. Sex and beer are the things we like around here. 'Cause they could take away our pride and our dignity. They could use up all our blood and sweat and tears. They could take away our names and give us numbers. What's age but a number? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bethany and Julia and Joe Hip and Scarlett and Reed and Boris and Kim and Carol and Ann Peterson and Susan Popovich and Angela and Kathy and my sister Liz. Happy birthday to you. Sex and beer, sex and beer are the two things we hold dear. Sex and beer, sex and beer are the things we like around here. We like sex and beer and sex and beer and sex and beer and sex and beer. I'll see you virtually April 15th. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Yeah! What a day it's been. I'm lucky I'm not dead. Everyone's aware it's terrible out there. I should have stayed in bed. I should have stayed at home. I went to work instead, knowing it would be living hell for me. I should have stayed in bed. I should have stayed in bed like I was inclined to do. Tomorrow just reminds me to stay home. Ringing in my ear, pounding in my head, bite marks on my neck, but what did I expect? I should have stayed in bed.